it surprises me still that that leadership that is at the regional level, and often that's the State Department of Transportation or something like that, will still continue to do these big arteries that go around towns for nothing more than the sake of moving automobiles from point A to point B more quickly, and that allows communities to kind of die on the vine because now people don't have to come into the community. What we have suggested, and we're big fans of the roundabout, or what's sometimes called the rotary, and the reason is it allows traffic to flow in what people are looking for from traffic lights works much better. Because if there's not anyone there, you keep your momentum, you continue through. There's even studies about how rotaries save tons of carbon dioxide and emissions because people aren't coming to a stop and then starting again. But more importantly, it slows them down to a speed where they can take in some cues to, is this a place I actually might want to explore, instead of barreling through there at top speed. Exactly. When you design things for cars, you get cars. It's not a big surprise. When you design things for people, you get people. And so roundabouts can be designed much better for people and cyclists, and they'll feel much more safe, and they'll have protected areas as opposed to coming up to a traffic light and then trying to get across an intersection where if the traffic light is green, people could be going 70 miles an hour. They're not supposed to be, but they can very well be going that fast.
One of the first examples we talked about that you could is Poynton in the UK. And it's a modestly small town that was sort of plagued by this big intersection, which became sort of a bypass, but sort of the entry into town. And they tried various things, stop signs, stop lights, they logged their number of accidents, and you could see the pedestrian or the person with the stroller or the elderly person with their walker trying to get across in the allotted time on the walk sign, and it just wasn't working. So they did something quite radical at the time. This is going back probably 8 years now. They tore it all out, and they basically made a WNERF, which is, different texture pavements. And instead of even doing a roundabout, which is certainly an option here if it's designed well, they just opened it all out.
And they decontrolled it. They took away all the traffic. I mean, everyone thought it was going to be chaos and mayhem.
So did I, by the way. And it became, visual signaling, pavement changes, color changes, things like that.
So the principle really is that when people see a traffic light, they tune out any of their intellectual faculties, and they say, I'm going to stop when it's red and I'm going to go when it's green. Even though there might be a tail end of a pedestrian or a cyclist or something here, I'm not paying attention to that. But when I take away all those signals, but I see that I'm coming to a place where there are intersections of different uses, I'm going to immediately slow down and I'm going to wake up. And so their safety went through the roof when they changed it and they took out all the controls that were there.
Yeah.